Hey everyone, my name is Georgiana Haynes and we are back again with our weekly ANTS Team Live training. So thank you all for joining me. I'm going to just go ahead and get us started so that you can continue with your regularly scheduled Thanksgiving program. I know some of you have already started cooking. I've been seeing the pictures on Facebook and I know that a lot of you actually are having guests over, so you're doing your shopping, you're preparing, and I respect that because it's Thanksgiving and that is my holiday. So I want to just start off our chat today by continuing the way we normally continue, which is with our wins for the week. But I want to put a little bit of a spin on it. I want for you guys to share in the chat box your win for the week that you're celebrating. That's something that you've accomplished for your business or for yourself in your personal development that you want to share with the group. But I want you to add one thing to it. I want you to just add your favorite Thanksgiving dish so we can get a little Thanksgiving festivities on in here. As you see from the title, I am going to be talking a little bit about being thankful. Tonight's topic of discussion is crazy thankful. So we're going to get our Thanksgiving on this week. And we are Avon family, so we do share. So if you have a pernil you want to just mail to me, we can work that out. So let me get started. First and foremost, let me share my win for the week because it's only fair that I share as well. So I have my win for the week is actually kind of one of the reasons why I decided to do this topic of discussion for this evening. I actually did a really big brochure toss this last weekend. Matter of fact, the past 2 weeks I've been really trying to just get my brochures out there to reach new customers, find new teammates, and just kind of get out there and get connected with people. So this past weekend I did a big toss and I was excited because not long after I did the toss I got a phone call from a new customer, and I was really excited. Reached out to her, and after we were looking at the order, it actually turned out that I wasn't going to be able to get the products back in a time that was fast enough for her. Thanksgiving is this week Thursday. That's usually my delivery day. So usually it's my delivery day and it's also my order day. So one week is delivery, the next week is the order. So this week Thanksgiving actually just falls on my order day. So I said things were going to get a little bit postponed, and even then, receiving the packages, it wouldn't be until next week, blah, blah, blah. But she expressed that she originally was looking for a representative, and she was excited to have found me, but then she said she also had found another representative who was local to the area, so she decided she was going to reach out to that person. So I'm not going to lie to you, I was kind of just like... I don't even have words to describe what I was feeling, but I was, a little bit disappointed, a little sad, but I kept trying. While I was on the phone with her, I didn't want to convey my disappointment to her, because I said at the end of the day, she is the customer, and I do want her to be happy. I don't want her to feel like she's waiting too long. I don't want her to feel discouraged or unhappy in any way. I wanted her to shop with whoever she felt comfortable with, and if it was a local person, that was fine. But I still felt sort of disappointed, and I remember going to tell my mom. I was just like, you know what happened? Jessica Z sent me something today. It was like, woe is me or something. But I kind of felt down. But in my feeling and my thinking, it was like the as soon as I opened my mouth to kind of tell my mom, I kind of heard in my head that she always says to me, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's for you, it's for you, and no one else can take it from you. So even before I finished telling her my story, like I started to tell her, and then I stopped and I said, you know what though? If it was for me, it would be for me, and no one would be able to take it away from me. And she was like, exactly. So I moved on. But I was kind of giving some thought to that, and now I know I said I'm going to start off with wins for the week, and this story is kind of just going like this. It's like a Disney movie, but there is a high point. So I know that at first look, this is like, Georgie, that's not a win. This is a loss. This is not a good story. Not what we want to hear when we say, win for the week. But let me tell you why I did decide to share it as a win, and why at the end of the day I wanted to chalk it up as a win. So I kind of thought of these three things after I thought that. It was like, the initial disappointment, and then that thought of if it was for me, no one would be able to take it away from me. It would just be mine. But in succession, I kind of thought, look on the bright side. What came out of this that is a good thing? What's worth celebrating? And the first thing that I thought was, you know what, though? Tossing works. I realized that getting my brochure out there, getting connected with people was something that worked. It wasn't a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of energy. It wasn't a waste of my investment, because I was able to connect with the person, which brings me to my second thing that my thought of, which was that there are people out there who are looking for representatives. There are potential customers out there. There are people who are looking for the Avon catalog, who want to shop and who want to buy. Sometimes we get kind of caught up in the thoughts, like first and foremost, I see a lot of posts from representatives who will say, I've tried everything and nothing works. Keep trying because eventually it'll work. And I see representatives who will say, I'm working the business, but I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. Keep going, because it will come. Keep promoting yourself. Keep putting yourself out there. Sometimes when we start things, we kind of question, like, is it worth it? Is it going to work? Is this going to pan out in the end? And even myself, every time I set out to do something, I'm like, okay, we're going to give this a try. Let's just see if this works. And I kind of dive right in. So, just having that reassurance that promoting yourself does work was something that I latched onto. And knowing that there are people who are looking to shop. The other thing that I hear a lot is, oh, nobody wants to buy. Nobody wants to buy Avon. Nobody wants to spend money. No one wants to shop online. Nobody wants our products. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, people do. But it's up to us to get out there and find those people, to go out and promote ourselves so that we can connect with those people. They're out there. We just need to find them. And we find them by promoting ourselves, giving out brochures, talking to people, sharing the sample packs, giving out our business cards, promoting on social media. And it isn't always, and you know me, I'm a tech person. I love the social media, but it isn't always about, I put up a Facebook post today, my job is done. You still have to go out there and interact with people on a physical level. You have to, what do they say? Shake hands and kiss babies? You've got to meet people. You've got to network and get out there to promote yourself. So I thought, you know what? Promoting myself works. There are people who want to buy our products, and I started to feel a lot better. And there was a third thing that I thought of, and I didn't write it down, and I guess maybe I wrapped it up. People are still looking for reps, and people still want to buy. So those are the things that I kind of decided to latch onto. So I made the decision for myself to fail forward. Yeah, this was a situation where I wasn't, 100% excited about the outcome, but I made the decision to take that and not focus on the negative, but to see what positivity I can glean out of it. And now going forward, when I'm getting ready for my next toss, which I will do, because this customer maybe didn't pan out, but there was another person who called as well, who became a customer and placed their first order with me. So you can't just say, I'm going to go out, I'm going to try something, and if it works, I won't do it again. Because it may not work that time, but the second time it might work. So if I had just stopped and said, I'm never going to toss again, or I'm never going to promote myself again, or I'm never going to share another brochure, or I'm not going to invest in brochures because they're waste, or whatever, then I wouldn't have gotten the chance to find that other customer. And I found over the years, even if I toss or do an event, or get a promotional table, or have an activity, whatever the thing is, sometimes in the moment, like the day of, I may not get a response. There are some days, like with the other person, after I tossed, I think it was the next day, I got a call back from her. Doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes on the day of, you don't hear anything. Sometimes the second day goes by and you don't hear anything. Sometimes it's a few days before you hear. And I've shared with you guys before, I've done brochure tosses where I didn't hear from a person for 3 months, and where I didn't hear from anyone for 3 months, and then I got a call from a customer. But what's important is that that customer, well, first of all, that I was still around for her to call me and for me to be able to take her order, but also that that person became a long-term customer, and I've been servicing like that person with 3 month span. I mean, I always talk about her, but I've been servicing her and working with her. She's a wonderful lady, and I've been working with her for 2 or 3 years now. So 2 or 3 years already. Yeah, this is my second year because we were talking about Thanksgiving just the other day. Time flies, right? But she became a consistent customer. So, oh, this was the key. The third thing, the key takeaway that I got to kind of surmise all of that was, even if I go out and I find just one customer, that's one new customer that I've added to my customer base. If I go out once every 6 months and find one customer, I found a new customer. But don't I want to turn that one new customer every 6 months into one new customer every month, or one new customer every week, or one new customer every day if I can? So instead of this occurrence being the thing that made me feel like, oh, this doesn't work, I'm going to give up, I don't want to do this again, boo, it made me feel like, okay, this one person, maybe she didn't pan out, but there's another one person out there who's going to be looking for a representative. And I actually did find that other person. So, one person a week is 52 new people per year. At the end of the year, you've got 52 new customers. Yeah, that's on the small end, but the point that you should focus on is that there's that opportunity for growth. 52 people a year is still 52 new people. At the end of that first year, at the end of the second year, then you now have 104 people. And then, for the third year and the fourth year, it will keep growing. But the point is, you've got to keep adding to it. You've got to keep working on it. Got to keep growing. Yeah, we would love to have 365 people, new people, and it's possible. So, you choose where you want to work on, but you just hold on to the idea that, growth is growth. So whether you're moving at a slow pace or a fast pace, the point is to keep working and producing and promoting and putting yourself out there. As well as the topic of discussion for today, which is to be crazy thankful. It may not make sense to you to be thankful when you're going through these tough times, or when things aren't really working out the way that you planned, or when from initial thoughts it looks like it's something that's actually something negative, but it may pan out to be something good depending on how you want to look at it. So it may be crazy, but you should be thankful. So before I get into our topic, I just want to pause and kind of go over and go through the stuff that you guys have been sharing with me, because it's not a one-way conversation. So if you haven't already, I'm going to give you guys a moment to share your wins. Now, if I could celebrate losing a customer, you guys should have plenty of things to be celebrating in this chat box. Nothing is up for a loss at this moment. I want to see some thanks. I want to see some gratefulness. And I want to hear what you guys love to eat for Thanksgiving. So give me your thanks, and give me your item, a dish, a recipe. Well, not the whole recipe, unless it's for now, that you want to share with the group for your win for the week. So can I scroll up? Okay. Hey, Miss Lisa, thank you for joining. Miss Kathleen, welcome, welcome. Miss Milagros, hey, I gotta do the Milagros wave. Miss Janet, hey, Miss Janet. Yes, Mom is always right. Don't tell her I keep saying that. But Miss Angela, welcome. Miss Angela, good to see you on our chat tonight. Who do we have? Miss Rutha. Is that an I in there? I'm blind. Miss Rutha, how are you? Welcome. She's like, yes, yes, yes. I love that. Who else do we have here? Oh, wait. Oh, I see you guys typing away. Okay. Yeah. Miss Jessica M, long time no see, girl. How are you? We've been messaging each other, but it's good to see you on our chat today. Miss Janae, welcome. How is the baby? Okay. Hey, Miss Janae. Yeah, I didn't wear any makeup today. I put this on like 3 minutes before the call, but that's not why I was late. But thank you, girl. Miss Vernita, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Let me see if I need to find a better way to scroll. Did I get you guys? Did I get everyone? Is that everyone? Okay, did you all get your wins in the chat box? I didn't see any wins in here. Come on, guys. Okay. Make it a little bit easier for you. Share a win or a favorite dish. How's that? Maybe you guys are typing away. Don't share the entire recipe. Just, put a quick blurb. So, my favorite dish, because I didn't give that, my favorite dish is Thanksgiving. To me, Thanksgiving is an entire meal where I get to savor everything. It's a smorgasbord, and I eat everything. But my favorite would have to be biscuits. I love bread. Bread in any form. Pasta, bread. I love biscuits. I don't know why. That's kind of the thing I look forward to when they're hot and fresh, just baked out of the oven, as well as cake. You guys know I'm foodie, and the foods that I love are the ones that are worst for you. Just this week we were actually joking around. My family pokes fun at me, but it's the truth. And they were saying, how do you know what's the worst? How they're now, well, in New York City, I don't know if it's, ooh, that was just my mouse. You know how they say in, I don't know if it's out of state, but they say they've started in New York City to just have, what do we got? Zoe, Janae, and the new baby name. Wait, no accent? Just less than 10 weeks. She's going to be a Christmas baby or a New Year's baby. So excited. Congratulations. Yeah, so in New York City, you have to start putting the calories on the foods, and they've started to require it not just in like delis, not just in restaurants, but also in the delis and the bodegas. So the joke was, you don't need to know how many calories are in the food. You just give the menu to Georgie. Whatever she picks out is the worst food for you. So that's kind of how I eat. But I've been getting better. The new Avon line, Aspira, has been helping me, so I'm getting better there. Miss Jessica says that she's so thankful for all the groups that she's in to help keep her motivated. She loves the enthusiasm. Well, I love connecting with you guys too. I love the interaction, keeps me motivated too. I just wish we can do more like group gatherings. I don't know how we're all gonna get in the same physical space, but there is always Rep Fest. So for those of you who haven't been to a Rep Fest, you have to get to an Avon conference. Make it this year. Start saving from now. They just released that they'll soon be releasing. It's like a big secret. The location of the 2018 Rep Fest. So, start scrolling some money aside and see if you can earn it. I would love to see you all there. Janet, really? Candied yams? That's your favorite? That's like the caramel kind of thing with the marshmallows on top. Okay, I'll try it. I don't know about yams. It seems like, then again, you do like vegetables, so okay. Candied yams. Miss Catherine's, her favorite is turkey. To be honest with you, we're not big turkey fans. We look forward to the turkey just so that we can put it in turkey salad. Again, mayonnaise, all that unhealthy stuff, that's where I live. But Miss Kathleen, lover of the turkey, okay, I'll give you that one. Miss Jessica said her favorite food is the pie. Now, do you have a favorite pie? Are you like a pumpkin pie, like classic Thanksgiving pumpkin pie? Or like a cherry pie, apple pie? I do love me some apple pie, but I kind of love the crust more than the pie. But be specific, what kind of pie? Or is it like all pies? Janet. Oh, she says she's thankful for this weekly motivating call. Oh, thank you, Janet. We're so happy you could be here with us. Miss Janae says the dressing is a must. Really? Okay, you beat me. That is the most unique, Thanksgiving favorite that I've ever seen. The dressing, do you just sit and dip carrots, or is it, just a finger in the dip? Let me know, because now I'm curious. Dressing. Okay, Janae. Or is that like a pregnancy craving, or is this like always? Curious. But thank you guys for sharing. Keep sharing in the chat. My mouse is just broken, so I'm gonna have to stop and read these off as we go along, so that the feed doesn't scroll through too much. But let me dive into tonight's training. So tonight, as I mentioned, I'm gonna be chatting with you guys about, or along the topics of Crazy Thankful. And as I said before, Crazy Thankful is just kind of being thankful for the things that people normally wouldn't be thankful for the things that on the surface may not seem like something that you want to be thankful for, but that, you know, it's good to be thankful for. We always talk about having a positive mindset, and Janet actually always, she's got me saying, she always says, to be mindful of your belief window, and she got me saying that. So we're conscious of our belief windows in this group here. So I'm going to share some things here that I want to challenge you guys to be crazy thankful for, and I'm going to give you the reasons why you should be thankful for them despite them sounding kind of crazy. So Miss Angela said her win for the week is that she gained a new customer by leaving brochures in beauty salons. And she loves green bean casserole. Also one that I haven't tried, the green bean casserole. But thank you. Thank you for sharing, Miss Angela. Love it. So, all right. Let's dive into our 3 things that I want to encourage you guys to be crazy thankful for. And I kind of want to submit a challenge to you because this is Thanksgiving week, and I know it can get hectic. We get so engrossed sometimes into the activities, running around, doing the shopping. Black Friday is this weekend. Pre-Black Friday has already started for Avon.com, so the sales have kind of already started all around. So we're preparing for Thanksgiving, we're preparing for Black Friday, we're preparing for Small Business Saturday, and then again Cyber Monday. I know there's a lot going on this week, and it can be easy. Hey, Rocio! It can be easy for us to get wrapped in all of that, but I want to give you this challenge to try and, or, you know, kind of test out how well you can be at being thankful for the crazy things. So here's one thing that number 1 on our crazy thankful list is change. Now, we all hate change, right? We're all like, it's different, I don't like it. But 2 reasons you want to embrace change are, 1, it's a result of or an opportunity for growth. So not all change is bad. Sometimes when things are changing, it's because you're growing. It's because the people around you are growing, the situations around you are growing. And I think this list is very much a challenge for me. It's things that I've sort of caught myself like, wait, you're holding on to something there. And, you know, sometimes we're so firm in our desire to not let something change, we can easily find ourselves stifling somebody else's growth or stifling our own growth. So think about, we've had this conversation in the past, where you think about children. If you're, you know, 49 and, you know, fully mentally and physically able, but you just rather have your mom, I don't know, brush your teeth. And, you know, you're capable of doing it yourself. Nothing is stopping you from doing it, but you're kind of just like, it's what my mom does. She's always been doing it, so I like it. And you're kind of living in your bubble. Everybody's going to be like, wait, what is wrong with that guy? You're 49 and you just want to have your mom brush your teeth because no, something's wrong. Or a plant, you know, if you have a plant and it's not growing, and it's not the kind of plant that's like a cactus that just doesn't grow, or a plant that I have that just doesn't grow. But if you have a plant that's not growing, if it just stays a seed, something is wrong, right? So the whole change of the seed breaking open and the shoot coming out and making leaves and then making flowers and, you know, it getting taller, that's a part of change. That's a part of the plant's growth. If it stays as the seed, something is wrong. Something is hindering it from becoming what it could be. Its full potential. So you don't want to stifle people or situations because you're afraid of the change. So challenge yourself to embrace it. You know, encourage people to flourish and move and take different routes and take different paths. A lot of times we don't change because we're afraid, and that fear hinders us from seeing our full potential. Prospecting. How many of us are terrified of talking to other people and sharing our business and sharing the opportunity and promoting the products? But when you do, and you do talk to a person, you share a brochure with someone, and they say, oh yeah, I love Avon, but you know, I've lost my representative and I haven't seen a catalog in months, and I remember when my mom used to get the products and I used to play in the lipstick, and you know, they start sharing their story with you. It's like something warm inside of you, right? But you wouldn't have gotten to that point to experience that if you stayed afraid of getting out of your shell. And the change of going prospecting, last week I was out with a team member and she was like, but you're good at this. And I was like, I wasn't always good at this, and I still don't think I'm great at this. There's plenty of room for improvement, and I'm still a little bit scared when I get to do it. But I had to go to the process of doing it and facing that fear of getting out of my comfort zone. And now I can approach a stranger, and we had a little bit of a challenge. But should I digress? Okay, I'm sorry, guys, squirrel brain. But we were shopping and prospecting, and there was a handbag I really wanted, and there was a conversation of budget, and I was like, I will earn this handbag. And we just started talking to people. She was like, now I know what motivates you, and I was like, yeah. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't have gone through the process. That was painful. That was scary. That was not within my comfort zone, to get to the point where I can talk to a person, I can share a brochure. It doesn't come naturally, but it's that process of changing through practicing and growing, that helps you get to that point. So embrace your change, because it can be an opportunity for growth. Also, change can break you or it can make you stronger. Again, looking at the people, sometimes you might know a person who is so resistant to change. Something changes and they have a meltdown, nervous breakdown. It's just like they, sometimes you could see it where they just kind of wall up into a shell and hide away, like just physically they just withdraw. And it's a shame. I mean, I know there are things with family and with health that are just, hard. But I look at people, I try to find mentors who have gone through some stuff. Like, the people who have gone through some stuff. And I've been blessed to have people in my life who have gone through the stuff, the icky stuff, and have come out on the other side. And I look at those women and I say, she might have gone through some stuff. But when I see her now, when I see the strength inside of her, where I see how her having gone through that experience can empower other people, even for myself, hearing her story. And I have been blessed to just, have these women in my life who will share their pearls of wisdom with me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that stuff, but I'm so thankful you did. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have had those words of wisdom for me. You wouldn't have been able to speak to me and bless my life and share those encouragement for me. Those words of encouragement for me or with me. So change is a weird thing. Yes, it can break you and it can put you in that dark place. It can make you want to recede, and hopefully if I ever go through something, I could come back and watch this video and use it as encouragement for myself. But you might be inclined to do that, but fight and force yourself, like the butterfly in the cocoon, like the seed bursting out of the shell, to come out on the other side. Because I do believe, and I'm gonna hate myself later on, when I'm going through stuff and I don't want to hear it, but I do believe that the stuff we go through refines us. And that kind of helps us to segue into our next point, which are challenges. Nobody wants to see a challenge, right? Nobody wants to be challenged. Nobody wants to go through the gauntlet of life. But these challenges are the things that hone us. They are the things that make us stronger. So 2 things you can do with challenges are to accept them, to learn from them and use them for growth. You guys might remember when I said 2 things because that was 3 things, but accept, learn, and grow for them. Yeah, 3 things. But you guys remember a few months ago in September, we were doing our PHAT series, and the H in that series was to hone. So the things in life that buffer you and kind of toss you around sometimes are the things that hone you and smooth you and refine you and make you stronger. It sucks to go through them. I'm not even gonna front. I know it's hard, and there are stuff in my life that I don't ever want to have to go through, because I've seen people go through it. But again, I've seen them come out on the other side and be stronger for it. I've seen women come out of abusive relationships, and come out to be the most supportive, encouraging, loving people that you would ever meet on the face of this earth. I've seen people go through loss where you think that it would make them want to be misers and stingy, and they are the most giving people because they know, I've done without it before. I could do without it again. It's just stuff. There's just, think of all the examples in your life where you've seen people go through a challenge and come out stronger. I always kind of picture, yes, I'm a nerd, so bear with me, but we didn't have cable growing up. We watched a lot of Channel 11. But you guys remember Xena, Warrior Princess? There was a whole like plot series where she was they kept going back to this time in her life where I think she was leaving her clan or something, and the men lined up on either side and beat the crap out of her. But at the end, she went through that. She lived. She survived. She went through the stuff. It came out stronger on the other end. So sometimes I think of her going through that gauntlet. I said I'm a nerd, bear with me. But, her as a woman going through the gauntlet of, men and the world and, every outside force beating up on her and surviving and coming out on the other end to be a stronger person, to be a person who not only overcame, but came through as a survivor to help other people, because that was kind of the plot of the story. So that's sort of like my mental picture that I keep on in my mental library, so to speak. But Miss Rocio says, oh, side note, if you want the same results, you're going to continue what you're doing. But if you do not like it and want better results, change what you are doing. So thank you, Miss Rocio, for sharing. I'm going to have squirrel brain this whole time because I can't rewind. But that was definitely on point. Thank you, Miss Rocio, for sharing with us. So change and challenges, they refine you, they make you stronger. If you can resist the force that's trying to break you, then you'll be stronger on the other side. I'm thinking of, like, there are specific women in my life that I'm thinking of. A lot of them are in Avon, and a lot of them are just in my personal life, and I don't want to blow up their stories and shout them out. But you know who you are. So, thank you for encouraging me and being an encouragement to other people. And that brings me to my final topic of discussion, which is support. This one isn't so much where you're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be thankful for support. But it's actually, I want to reverse it. To not be crazy thankful for your own support or other people supporting you, but to be crazy thankful for the opportunity to support others, to be that brace, that balm, the salve, the encouragement, the leader, the mentor, the person that other people can look towards for support and for encouragement and for motivation in what they're going through. Also, we are in the service industry, so it is kind of our MO for us to be serving others. So, it is something to be thankful to be serving others, because if you have customers to serve, then your business is growing. If you have team members to serve in training and mentoring and development, your team is growing and doing well. So these are opportunities where sometimes we're just like, so-and-so is calling again. But that's an opportunity for us to serve someone else. So it's something to be thankful for. Also, Napoleon Hill, you guys remember him. We talk about him a lot on this call, on our training. We've been doing this for 2 years and I'm still calling it a call. But Napoleon Hill, I love his stuff. Google him, look for his videos on YouTube. They're super encouraging and motivating. But Napoleon Hill says that the fastest way to achieve success is to help others succeed. So by being that source of support to others, by helping lift other people up, you're also helping yourself. So be grateful and thankful and excited about those moments where you can help another person, because whether you believe it's karma that'll go around and come around, or it's just the idea of being able to support that person and knowing that somehow it'll come back to you, whether or not it's from that person, just kind of hold on to those moments and celebrate them, because there are really great opportunities. And sometimes, not that they're rare, but if we don't catch them, we kind of miss the chance. And not just miss that specific chance to be the support for someone else, but miss what could have come out of it, what potential there was for good to come back to you. I know you kind of have to, I don't want to sound selfish, but sometimes you just have to tell a person, fine, don't do it for you, for them, do it for you. It's just the way it is. People sometimes won't do it for the other person for the sake of doing it for the other person. So I'll just say, well, look, karma, it'll come back to you in another way. So just do it for them and, celebrate that moment, and you'll know some way or other it'll come back to you in another way. And then lastly, I do believe that in showing support and encouragement for other people, it'll help develop your humility. And this is something that I am personally struggling with myself. I am not going to even lie, 100% honest with you. I feel so bad because now I kind of feel like, she's not a humble person. Sometimes it's hard, truth. But humility, I feel like humility, the act of being humble, is always rewarded. I believe that. I'm working on practicing it, but I do honestly and truthfully believe that humility is something that when you humble yourself and, serve and service and encourage and support other people, it's like, how do I even describe it? Like, it's more than, just putting good out in the atmosphere. This made a lot more sense when I was talking about it in my head, but finding the words for it now it's tougher than I thought. It's like, kind of like planting the seeds, but more like, okay, here I go with the nerd analogies again. You guys are like, all of Georgiana's analogies are either nerddom or food, but I kind of think of it as putting up a shield. Yes, I know, you can crack at me later, but it's like increasing the percentage of your shield. By putting up and putting out humility, it's like you're increasing, you watch the sci-fi shows and it's like shields at 20%, shields at 35%. The more humility you put out, this is how my brain imagines it. It's like you're putting more strength into your shields. And your shield is what protects you and, brings good things into your life or repels bad things in your life. And I just feel, and I guess I was kind of raised to believe that when you, not even raised to believe it, where it was like taught and drilled into me, like, good things that are meant for you will be for you, but kind of hidden underlying stuff, the little things we teach our kids, like share with your brother and sister, share with the other kids, those little moments of, be giving to someone else, and it's okay if you don't have, or if you have to give it up for a few moments just to see the joy in someone else's life. Those are the little moments where I feel like we were, those moments of opportunity, of humility were ingrained in us. So I feel like those moments are the things that help our shields to be stronger, to help our life. I'm gonna stop talking while in my head, but I hope you guys know what I mean. I just feel like by humbling yourself, you're setting yourself up for good, bigger, and better things down the line. I feel like, and I do believe, and I heard it said a few weeks ago that the humility is rewarded. It's just the way it is. It's like you put it out there, A plus B equals C, humility equals C, period. End of story. That's the equation. So that was sort of my topic for tonight. So let me know what you guys think. Yay, nay, for, against. Are any of us so just like no on accepting any of this stuff? Because that's okay too. You just may not, for you, maybe humility is not the way to go. Maybe running over people, or now I'm putting in a bad light, but maybe you don't believe that humility is the way to go. Maybe you believe that, I don't know, what's the opposite of humility is the way to get to the top. But I also feel like, again, in our business, that whole picture of the steps with one person, a little stick figure person reaching down to help up another stick figure person, and that being the image of our leadership program and our company, I feel like that is humility. It takes a humble person to turn around, bend down, get down on their knees, and reach down to another person. You're not in a pretty position like that, and you might make yourself vulnerable. When you reach down to someone, they could, at that moment, you know, reach up and drag you down and climb over you like a crab in a barrel. So I feel like even that is an act of humbling yourself to say, okay, I got here, but instead of just plowing forward on my own, I'm going to turn around and help someone else up. So that was kind of my thoughts for tonight. But just to recap, here we go again. 3 things that I kind of want to encourage you guys to be thankful for, crazy thankful for this week, is change, challenges, and the opportunity to support each other. And again, we are going to have plenty of opportunity to test this out this week, because family's going to be coming over with their you know, individual comms, and you guys know there's that uncle, cousin, nephew, niece that just be trying your nerves. But embrace that moment of change and try to find that one positive thing to focus on in that moment and to just celebrate. And I want to come back here next week and talk about it and see. Next week is going to be the last week in November. We're headed towards Christmas, so I kind of want to see what you guys found. If you find that, you know, just putting in your mindset to be crazy thankful has changed anything, or if it hasn't, or you think you just, you know, need more time. But let's roll over to the comments and see what we have here. Seuss, you're always welcome. You don't have to thank me for the invite. It's an open invitation. Mi casa is su casa. Miss Vernita says, yes, rewarded. It's the way to go. Prideful. Thank you, Miss Vernita. The opposite of humility is pride. And you know, they say that pride comes before the fall. So I'd rather be on the humble side than the pride side, because we all know where we're going after pride. But it's a struggle, you know. I'm not gonna front like it's you know, we all wake up in the mornings like, oh, I just want to serve everyone, I just want to be sweet to everybody. It's tough. You want to get to the front of the line when there's one turkey left and you've got to go home to feed your family because it's the 3rd store that you've gone to, and you want to knock everybody else out of the way to get that turkey. But it takes an extra special something to turn to the person behind you who got there later than you and maybe this is their 1st store, and say, here, you know what, you take it. There's somebody out there who's going to have that moment this week who's going to be like, curse you, Georgie. Miss Malako said the opposite is also arrogant. Yeah, I can't stand an arrogant person, and unfortunately, this is where my lack of humility comes out, but I tend to call people out for that stuff, and I get in trouble at work. Yeah, so hey, Miss Gina. So yeah, so I just want to challenge you guys to give that crazy thankfulness a try and see how it works for you. And I'm just looking forward to hearing hearing your feedback come next week. So don't forget, remember this, make a note, put it on a post-it somewhere. Be crazy thankful this week. Put it on your phone, put it on your journal, put it on your computer. I got post-it notes on my computer. Put it somewhere on your mirror in the morning so that you remember, today I'm going to be crazy thankful. And I'm going to do the challenge myself. So I'm going to make a note for myself to come back next week and share the madness that ensues when I meet with you guys as well. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. I hope you guys enjoy and have a good time with your family or your friends if you're having a Friendsgiving, or alone, because sometimes we just need to have those moments. All right, guys, have a great evening, and I'll talk to you next week, Tuesday, same time, same place. Bye.